Hello, this is Matt Zenga, the lead developer of BlastZone 2. I've been releasing a series of videos recently showcasing different game modes, weapons, new loadouts from the recent DLC, and all sorts of different elements of the game. So for this video, I will be focusing on the Classic A game mode, which is actually a remake of the original BlastZone 2, a vastly improved remake of the original BlastZone rather. And since the original BlastZone was actually created on a TI-85 calculator a very long time ago, there are a lot of improvements that come with technology these days that I was able to incorporate in here to keep the same style of play, but improve things in several areas, as I'll point out later on. Alright, so since this is an advanced level of play video, I will be showing veteran difficulty, but keep in mind that for newer players, the lower difficulties are really great for getting your feet wet and learning how the game modes work. Alright, so I'll go over each of the features as I play. So if you start off with a laser, and you can see on the bottom of the screen that there's like essentially a color-coded recharge meter that is very easy to see out of the corner of your eye. I really designed this game so that in order to play well, you don't have to be looking at just one specific thing at a time. That it's easy to be seeing different elements of the game out of the corner of your eye in a very obvious way. So you could also see that I've been building up points chains here. So each enemy that I kill without missing keeps increasing my chain, and if I hit 2 enemies with a single shot, it gives me a double chain that gives an even higher bonus to it. However, if you miss one shot, it resets your chain to 0. So see, if I miss one there, now my chain's 0, and I just actually lost a whole lot of points from doing that. So the idea is to not miss at all, or as little as possible. Alright, so that was the first area of the game. Now the second area of the game gives you access to the wide beam, which actually consumes a limited amount of ammo that you have. So see, I have 4 points of ammo there, and one fire of the wide beam uses up 1 ammo of that. Now the other thing to keep in mind is that there's no recharge or refire timer for the wide beam, but firing it resets your chain as well. So you should only be using it in emergencies. So if there's a bunch of enemies on the other side of the screen and I know I can't get to it in time with the regular laser, I just fire the wide beam and just take them all out. Because most of the time, taking out the extra enemies and sacrificing your points chain is better than losing lives. So even at this difficulty, it's not really required that I use the wide beam much, even though I have access to it in case I want to experiment with it, but I'll show it off anyway. So I was able to take out those ships, and the one ship was actually just about to pass me, so it's a good thing I used that one. And there we go. So see, it reset my chain and used up my ammo, but not losing lives is pretty important. I'll describe later on that there are actually a couple of times when using lives is kind of a lesser of two evils when you're playing, but that's really goes on a second-to-second basis. So now, the next area of the game will be using the Omega Cannon. So this weapon uses 3 points of ammo, so you have to make sure you really save up your ammo for it, but it pretty much clears out the entire screen. It's pretty much like the last resort weapon that you only use if there's absolutely no other way you can take out the enemies and you're going to die or lose a whole lot of lives otherwise. So usually when these weapons are first introduced, they're not really required, but you can try them out if you want. It'll probably sacrifice my score a little bit, but I'll show it to you in a second. So let's see. I'm just wiped out the entire screen, so it's really that great sort of last resort kind of scenario. Now, what I was describing earlier with actually intentionally letting enemies pass you by is that if you're at a really high... Oh, I think I hit that by accident, but it works out. If you're at a really high points chain, and you're getting a tremendous amount of points per kill, and you have a decent amount of lives left, and you know there's an enemy you can't get to in time, you could just intentionally let them go by you because the amount of points that you lose for sacrificing your chain could be too much. Now, most of the time that won't be the case, but for those couple of times that there are, it'll really give you that points edge to get above the competition. Right, so now I'm in the final stage of this mode, that there's no more weapons to unlock, and whoa, that was quick. Or that was really close. Sometimes beating a level at just the right time will end up saving you because it clears the screen every time you beat a level. But you'll see I'm out of ammo, so I'm out of here, yeah. See, the game gets difficult really quick and you get to a higher level like that. So there you go, that was the Classic A game mode, which is the upgraded version of BlastZone 1 for anybody who haven't played the first game, which I really doubt many of you have. So again, this is Matt Zenga for BlastZone 2. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you look forward to more videos in the future that will focus on other areas of the game.